You are listening to the Disney Dream Girls, an unofficial Disney theme parks podcast, and this is show number 556 for Sunday, the 20th of July, 2025.
Where dreams begin.
Hello and welcome to this week's Disney Dream Girls. My name is Michelle Young, and together with my jolly good chum Jane Phipps, we are your guides to the place where dreams begin. Hello there, Jane.
Hello there, Michelle. Is it that special time of the year when I can go? School's out.
Technically, as we are recording today, no. But as it goes on general release, I will be out for the summer.
Yay.
Although I'll be going into work on the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Right. That doesn't sound like school's out then. So it's kind of like a halfway house to school's out.
Well, it's the best bit. The children will have left and I'll be able to crack on and get my head round being a year 5 teacher rather than a year 6 teacher. And it's going to take a while for me to get my head around that. But over the last couple of days, my new pupils have been so gracious coming up to me and saying, I'm so excited that you're going to be our teacher. I'm really excited to year 5 in September. So I am absolutely ecstatic about their appreciation of me, shall we say.
Oh, that's setting you up for a good start to the next academic year, then, all fingers and toes and everything else crossed.
Absolutely. But without further ado, we have got much to talk about. We have so much Disney going on. And as we are recording today on the 17th of July, I literally am getting updates minute by minute from my friend, who will remain nameless, who has made a trip to Disneyland. They have spent the last couple of days roaming the parks, enjoying themselves. And then this morning, I think they said they were going to be there at 5:30 a.m. to rope drop.
Ooh.
And the pictures show a sea of humanity. And it's going to be a really busy day for them. Hopefully over on our Instagram, you'll be seeing some of the coverage that we are having the ability to share. So please pop on over at Dis Dream Girls and have a look, because there's lots of lovely, amazing pictures and little mini videos that I am being sent over.
Oh, very exciting, isn't it? Love a good celebration.
And the good news is it's probably going to be on for 18 months.
Well, this is the... if it's part of the course with Disney, they don't seem to do an anniversary the last year. It seems to be at least a minimum of 18 months.
Yeah. If I had my wish to come true, I would be there at Christmas this year. But methinks it's not going to happen.
Well, there's this little thing called, however many thousands of miles and pennies and work and everything else kind of gets in the way a little bit, doesn't it?
I'm channeling a lottery win at the moment in my head. Bless the lovely Caroline was super sweet this week. She sent me over her winnings from the People's Lottery. Bless her, for a £5 gift voucher from Marks and Spencer's. So I thought, maybe if I started having a go on the People's Lottery, I might start winning something. So yeah, maybe to win some money, I actually have to play.
Yeah, that's always been my downfall, and not actually playing in the first place.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of the waffle, because as we now know, nice little segue, Jane, the Sleepy Hollow waffle is back.
Would you be partaking, Michelle?
I will indeedy. I will be popping on over for a fruit and Nutella slice of heaven, and I am very excited about it. Hopefully one of my friends who are with me might want to do a bit of shareage, just so that I've realised as I've got a bit older and how my poor pancreas doesn't like processing certain foods at the moment. I've realised if I eat a little of something I shouldn't really have, i.e. something sweet, I can eat lots of little something sweets rather than just one something sweet. So yes, I'll be sharing.
Yeah. Well, sharing is caring.
100%. Anyway, Jane, Let's
Yes.
hop on over to some on this day in Disney history.
Yeah, well, I'm going to start with the 19th because I've got a couple of bits for the 19th and a couple of bits for the 20th. Um, there's a couple of bits early on the 19th. I just thought there was a really sweet little story. So go back all the way to 1934. And
Mm,
Disney signed a contract with a company called the Lionel Corporation. Now, the Lionel Corporation were a toy company, effectively. They were kind of like an electrical novelties company that set up at the turn of the century, but they did a lot of toy trains and model railroads. That's what they were known for. Um, but around about this time, they were kind of in that awful situation post Great Depression that they were kind of coming up to bankruptcy. But anyway, Disney signed a contract with them, and they wanted a Mickey Mouse wind-up hand car. From the old-fashioned hand pump vehicles you get on train tracks.
mm-hmm,
So they made this car for Disney.
mm-hmm,
They manufactured 250,000 units, which I think for 1934, that's going some,
mm-hmm.
and they couldn't keep up with demand. So the ethos is that had they not have signed this contract with Disney, the company probably would have gone under. But this actually kind of kept them
Wow.
up and going. And I just wonder, is there any left out there? What would they be worth now?
Minted.
Interest minted, yeah, especially if they're in mint condition as well. Very doubtful for
Mm,
1934, but anyway. 1955 on the 19th of July, there was a young lad started work at this brand new park that had just opened up. I think it was called Disneyland. 12-year-old young lad called Tom Nab, and he was a newsie. So his job was to take the Disneyland News, which was like a monthly newsletter type thing, and sell it. So these cost a
mm,
dime, and he earned 3 cents per copy that he sold. Now, thing is, he started there at 12 years old in 1955. He then became Disneyland's first Tom Sawyer. He became a monorail manager, and then later on manager of distribution services at Disney World, and then became a legend in 2005. Get out there working early, kids. You never know what might happen. Right, we'll go on to the 20th of July now, the proper day that we're releasing this. So, 1890, a birth date of an actress called Verna Felton. Now, she was known for doing voice work. She got quite a distinctive husky type of voice. So you'll know when I start to tell you some of the credits that she's credited with for Disney. She was Mrs. Jumbo in Dumbo. She was the fairy godmother in Cinderella. Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland, Aunt Sarah from Lady and the Tramp, Flora in Sleeping Beauty, and Winifred the Elephant in The Jungle Book. She also played the voice of Fred Flintstone's mother-in-law. It's a brilliant name. Mother-in-law's character name was called Pearl Slaghoople, which just made me laugh when I read that. I thought, probably couldn't get away with that nowadays. But anyway, um, and then just a really interesting little fact, which is really sad. So I apologise for this, but unfortunately, she died of a stroke. But she died
Oh.
of a stroke on the evening of December the 14th, 1966, just hours before Walt Disney passed away.
Oh.
Which I just thought almost felt, like sort of this circle of life moment, I think. But anyway. Um, and then we're going to move. My last one for this week is another birthday in 1945. Visual effects supervisor and matte artist Harrison Ellenshaw. He was part of a father and son team. So he actually was started his career at Walt Disney Studios, and his
Mm,
dad, Peter Ellenshaw, had also worked, and his list of credits for working on Disney films is just unbelievable. So he started off working on things like The Shaggy DA and Pete's Dragon. He then
mm,
moved over into George Lucas's little realm of Industrial Light and Magic, and he worked with his dad on creating a lot of the matte paintings that they did for the Star Wars, in particular The Empire Strikes Back. He then went on to work on The Black Hole with his father. So a lot of the work that he did as he got established was collaborative with his dad, which I thought was lovely. He worked on The Watcher in the Woods. He did Tron, Captain EO, Dick Tracy, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. So lots of things. And it's just, I'm aware of his work through the Star Wars connection. And his father was known for creating these beautiful matte paintings, beautiful landscapes that you wouldn't realise were painting. They're just
Mm.
absolutely phenomenal. And I urge anybody to go up and have a look for Harrison Ellenshaw and his father, Peter Ellenshaw, because they've got, between the pair of them, an absolutely astounding career as far as visual effects and these matte paintings that they created for a plethora of films. That obviously this is before the old CGI elements came along, but I do know that they're both still, they have carried on working. They both still working as artists
Mm.
as they hit the end of their career. Yeah, phenomenal talent for both people. So yeah, if you're at all interested in some of the behind the scenes stuff, then I strongly recommend you look up these guys because their work is just beautiful. So, but yeah, he was born 1945. So there you go.
Awesome. Well, let's move on to this week's show.
Vicky.
Firstly, Jane,
Yes,
I want to
John.
spend some money.
Oh, so unlike you.
I know. I have seen on the Hallmark website the most amazing cookie jar, and it's a spooky treats cookie jar based on the Haunted Mansion.
I saw it earlier on today as well. It looks so
And
good.
it, oh my word, literally, it plays 5 phrases from The Ghost Host from Disney's Haunted Mansion.
Do we know what those 5 phrases are yet or not?
I don't, it doesn't
Oh,
say, and nobody seems to have bought it to review it as yet. It's 9 inches wide, 8.25 inches high, and 7 inches deep. You obviously can't submerge the lid in water because that's where all the electrical goodies are. It's $99 available via Hallmark. However,
mm,
online as I speak, it's out of stock.
I'm not surprised. My mind completely went. I thought, oh, I hope they've done some cookie related voices to go with it. I've just got visions of it saying, don't take the cookie or something when you go into the cookie jar in that ghost host voice.
Mm,
I think there's room for some funny dialogue, but I'm guessing they're probably just taking snippets from what they have. But it'd be interesting to see if there's a bit of humour crept in there.
true. Would be fun. If you get
Mm.
one, guys, let us know.
Yeah, no, I'm really curious.
So on to new lyrics, Jane.
New lyrics. I think I might know where you're going with this one, Michelle.
It's a small world. Mother Earth
Mm.
unites us in heart and mind, and the love we give makes us humankind. Through our vast, wondrous land, when we stand hand in hand, it's a small world after all.
Yeah, lovely, isn't it? And I didn't
Yeah.
realise. I knew this has come. I mean, I'm assuming this is now live in Disneyland with it being the 70th and everything. I hadn't realised, Michelle, it's coming to Disney World as well.
Yeah, it's at Magic Kingdom as we speak.
Yeah, I was completely. I just thought it was something they were putting into Disneyland's because obviously it's the 70th and the connection that the Sherman Brothers have got with Disneyland and everything. But yeah, great to see it's coming over to the other coast as well.
100% in agreement. Well, I've got 3 things I kind of want to dip into today,
Right,
away from
okay.
all the news,
Yeah.
and my phone going bleep, bleep, bleep as we're recording, as I am getting live updates from my friend who is over in Disneyland for the 70th, which is making me incredibly envious. Let's do a sandwich, Jane. Let's
Sandwich,
do
okay.
food, cruise, food.
Right, okay. So what
So,
food are we starting with?
well, I think we should start with breakfast.
That's a good place to start, beginning of the day, yeah.
Absolutely. And one of the places I have never been able to get an advanced dining reservation for has been Topolino's Terrace because they just go like that.
Yeah, character dining. There's an amazing costumes that they have over there.
Well, that's a big draw, and I do love the resort itself. I would love to be able to stay there because you have the access to going over to Caribbean Beach if you want to get the sort of island vibe. You've
Mm,
got the Skyliner right on your doorstep, so
yeah.
you can get easily and quickly to Hollywood Studios and Epcot. So for me, it would make the ideal place to be based for a Christmas trip.
Oh, that's very true.
Anyway, I'm digressing. But
Mm,
guys, if you are going to go somewhere like the Riviera Resort. I highly recommend you go down the route of hiring some DVC points, because this week I did actually find an amazing deal. I priced up how much it would cost to stay at Wilderness Lodge for 4 nights,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I did the same via DVC rental,
Mm.
and it was less than half price.
Wow.
I was stunned. I think it worked out for the 4 nights, $745 DVC for the Wilderness Lodge. And
Mm.
bear in mind, if you are wanting to have access to the wonderful DVC facilities, such
Mm.
as in the room, you're able to get, if you go for a one-bedroom suite, for example, you get a full-size kitchen in most of the accommodations.
Yeah, you do.
And that can save a lot of ka-ching for people, because
Self-contained.
you're not going to be paying for the food in the parks. You're going to be using your hotel as a base for your cookery.
Very true.
And what's better in life, Jane, to be able to go get yourself a little cheese plate and sit in bed and watch the Weather Channel and enjoy.
Oh, you have some simple pleasures, Michelle.
Absolutely. And as I did go down a little bit of a digression, we're going to go back to Topolino's Terrace.
Oh, yes, Topolino's, yeah.
So towards the end of my trip, I have got a ADR to have breakfast at Topolino's. Now, the price is $52 per
Mm-hmm.
person,
Mm-hmm.
fixed price.
Right.
As far as I'm aware, you get pastries for the table.
Okay.
And I hope the table doesn't eat them, because I intend to eat them all myself. And then you get a choice of their there's 9 different things on the menu.
Oh, okay.
So you can go with a Gruyere quiche, and that
Right.
comes with some field greens and some roasted potatoes.
Okay.
There's avocado and smoked salmon toast, and that
Mm-hmm.
comes with toy box tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Eggs to style, and you can have any style you wish, with
Mm-hmm.
roasted potatoes with a choice of bacon, ham, or sausage.
Right.
There's their sour cream waffle, which at the moment is served with roasted apples, chantilly cream, orange maple syrup, and the choice of either smoked bacon, ham, sausage, or plant-based sausage.
Mm.
So I'm guessing from that, the waffle can be made plant-based as well.
Would imply, wouldn't it? Yeah.
There is the French toast, which is very intriguing, and they have a lavender maple syrup,
Ooh.
lemon mascarpone, and again, a choice of those proteins.
Mm.
Now, if you really want, you could go for a fruit plate. But in my mind, there is no way on earth any fruit plate will be worth $52 unless I'm on a chaise longue and someone like let's say 35-year-old Harrison Ford is spoon feeding me the fruit.
Yeah, that kind of feels a bit of a waste of $52, doesn't it, really?
Yeah. They have an Eggs Benedict Florentine. So a Florentine, the difference that makes it different is the cream spinach.
Okay.
There is a wild mushroom scramble, which is plant-based.
Yeah.
And that comes with plant-based sausage and tomatoes and spinach. And then there's the wood-fired steak and egg, which comes with polenta, tomatoes, roasted potatoes, a wild mushroom conserva, and choice of 2 eggs, any style. And guess what I'll be having?
Steak and eggs.
Oh, 100%.
Because I mean, to be fair, there's some nice sounding things on there. And I mean, I am partial to my avocado on toast, I will admit. But for $52, I know where my money would be going.
Absolutely, 100% agreed. I will be asking the wait staff, can you get rid of the polenta, please? Because who wants polenta on a plate?
Well, I suppose it depends what they do to it.
Well, every time I've had polenta, it's just like warm baby food to me.
Yeah, it's
So,
just a bit bland, isn't it?
so I wonder if we'd swap it for a Mickey waffle.
Well, you can but ask, Michelle. If you don't
Yeah.
ask, you don't get and all that.
Yeah, so I must admit, I think the steak and eggs is probably the Yorkshire girl in me that's always value for money has got to be steak and eggs. I am very torn by the French toast bread pudding. I must admit, that does sound delicious. I'm
Mm.
also intrigued by a sour cream waffle because that just sounds so good as well. Um, I don't know how far I can push it for maybe a side serving of some bacon or maybe a little kiddie's Mickey waffle. We shall have to try.
Yeah, it would be nice if there was some sides available, I think, with that for that price. But obviously, we are paying here
Yeah,
the meeting of the characters, are we not?
yeah, true. It's even $33 for children, so it's not a cheap experience.
No, and to be fair, the kiddie options, again, they're not amazing, are they? Really, scrambled egg,
Mm.
Mickey shaped waffle dippers,
For
fruit and watermelon.
$33?
Yeah, I mean they can do like their own selection, but you've only got a choice of potato, sausage, bacon, and fruit cups. So again, even going that way, I mean, it depends how much your kids like to eat, really. It's, yeah, tricky one.
Yeah, yeah. Not for me. I think if I had a child, I would be saying, stay with your older brother and sister while I go for breakfast. I'm cruel. I'm cruel. I'm sorry. I'm only joking. If I had Joseph to go on this trip, of course I'd be taking him.
Oh no, absolutely. But I say it's one of those ones, isn't it? Like with any of these, pay for things, you've got to look and see if it's worth your while as regards to how much you're prepared to spend, in relation to what's on offer.
Yeah. And I think for me personally, with it having the characters, that is the massive draw of going here. Because I do know some friends of ours who are going literally on the 18th, they are flying. They are going to have the dinner. So they're going to do me a little bit of a trip report talking about the dinner options because there's some amazing food on the menu. And if I wasn't going to go for breakfast, I think you would see me hopping on over to try a couple of the different starters and then on to a dessert because Michelle likes a good dessert and they have a warm chocolate cake which has my name on it.
Yeah, I mean, some nice options, but again, this is not a cheap place to go and eat, is it? So it's very much the look at the menus in advance, guys. Don't just book things because you think it's going to be a nice one to do. You might need to just have a quick sneaky peek at the menu items and just see whether it actually falls within your price bracket or not.
And of course, whatever you're paying on the day, that also has the upcharge cost of you need your tax and gratuity on top.
Mm.
So be looking at another 20% on top of that. So always factor that in because at places like this, you are pretty much guaranteed to have an amazing server. And I do think that the wait staff, if they are amazing, work for their tip. If they're not amazing, then it's a little chat with management.
Yeah, let's reward for when reward is due.
100%, i.e., slipping Michelle a small little Mickey waffle.
This is where Michelle's secretly hoping somebody's listening to this that will be at Topolino's when she's there.
Yeah, well, when I've had little things surprised like this, it's always come back to the server with a nice tip.
Yeah. Well, what goes around comes around.
Absolutely. So we now said a sandwich for
We
this
did.
week's show, and this week's show is sandwiching the middle with my stressful Tuesday.
Stressful Tuesday. Well, what happened on Stressful Tuesday, Michelle?
I had to set my alarm for 4:45 in the morning.
Oh, was this a certain check-in day by any chance?
It was online check-in day. So let me just explain for those of you who've never done a Disney cruise how it works. If you have not done any Disney cruise before, if you are a complete newbie, then you are last to do certain things with
Mm,
regards to booking restaurants, etc., booking your port arrival time. Once you've done one sailing and completed it, you go into silver.
yeah,
And then after 5 sailings, you become gold.
yeah.
After 10 sailings, you are platinum. hello there, Kat and Lewis, on your platinum. Congratulations. They are now desperately seeking Pearl because that is after 25 sailings. And it doesn't matter if it's a 3-night sailing, it still counts as one sailing.
Yeah.
Whereas some cruise companies count the number of nights on board.
That's interesting. Yeah.
So once you've got these perks, it can give you things like being able to get new itineraries, to planning online, etc. But when it comes to your online check-in, if you are a silver member like myself, I had to wait 33 days prior to sailing to be able to do my online checking. So 5 a.m. UK, 12 midnight if you're on the east coast of the USA. So I was there, I had everything set up. I had my desktop folder all ready because when you're checking in, you need to have certain information. You need a passport style photograph of everyone that is on your booking.
Yes.
Now, they're not as rigid as you can smile, you know, you can wear your glasses. It's not completely 100% the same. So you need to upload that for your two or three, how many people are in your room. You need to add a passport photograph as well. And of course, this is Disney. You need to add that all-important credit card. And once you've done that, you will be able to select your port arrival time. And I had the earliest available was 11:30 with boarding group number 6.
Wow, that's good going, Michelle.
And that tells me that Pearl members were able to do their 7 days earlier, Platinum 5 days, and Gold 2 days earlier. That tells me that a lot of people on this cruise are either silver or have not been on a Disney cruise before, because to get the 11:30 boarding group 6 slot at silver is still going pretty good. So I don't think there's going to be massive amounts of those higher up people in the Castaway Club.
No, that doesn't sound it to me, because you'd have expected maybe, I think I've been lucky enough when we sailed out of Southampton the last couple of years to have gotten around about 12:30, 1 o'clock check port arrival time. So actually that's really good going, Michelle.
Yeah. And of course, you don't have to be silly like me and get up at 4:45 to be online and ready. You can just go with the flow and check in and get your port arrival time. But the best pickings are done by the people who were there early, because the early bird gets the worm.
Yeah, it does indeed, yeah.
So that was my week, and I'm really, really chuffed I got that really early arrival time, because one of the first things I need to do when I get on board is to go down to Paulo check-in and have a little chat, because I was unable to book a table for 2 people for Paulo brunch, but I was able to book 2 tables, each having 1 person on it.
That sounds like a glitch in their system, doesn't it? Because why would you have tables for 1 available and not tables for 2? Because a table for 1 is the same size as a table for 2? Or is that just my warped thinking?
Well, technically, a lot of the tables you can squeeze 4 round.
Well, yeah, quite. I mean, last time Simon and I ate at Paolo, oh, I can't believe I can say that, we had like a little booth. We could have had 4, maybe 5 of us in there.
Yeah, I could have had a bit of a party.
No, because that would have meant sharing more bread things and everything. No, it was quite nice, just the 2 of us, thank you.
All right, we'll agree. Anyway, let's move away from the cruise. Let's sail back to the Magic Kingdom.
See what you did there?
I know. I'm on it today. And Be Our Guest has released some slight modifications to their menu. And it was not what we wanted. Disney, come on, do the menu we want. I am sulking.
Why?
Well, they used to offer, back in the good old days, a lovely breakfast. And that was a good perk to go and get your breakfast at Be Our Guest, because you got the Be Our Guest experience at a lower price point.
Yeah.
And even at the same time, you could go for your lunch at Be Our Guest when it wasn't a fixed price, where you could go and you'd go in in the little queue, and you would go to a little terminal and you would order your food and you would get a little rose and you'd go sit down and the food would come to you and you could go up and down and get as much soda refills as you wanted, but the food would come to you and it would be a lovely lunch. And I remember particularly enjoying the beef bourguignon on the kids menu and even the prawns with the green beans on the kids menu, and it was such a delightful experience, but it's not been the thing for a while.
It's a shame that they've not brought it back, really.
It is, because for a lot of people it was a great way to get in that area and to get in and have the nice be our guest experience, but also it didn't cost the earth.
Well, this is it, isn't it? I don't see why they can't have that experience at lunchtime and keep the pricier stuff for the dinner sitting.
Absolutely. So anyway, the menu. Lunch and dinner, virtually the same.
Yeah.
So shall we have a little look at what you get for your money? Bear in mind, it is $72 if you are 10 or above. If you are 3 to 9, it's $43, and that does not include tax or gratuity.
Yeah, this is where we go back to the pick wisely, people.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it is quite a pricey experience. And because it's a fixed rate deal, you are able to go and have your choice of anything. But of course, I'm always in little Yorkshire girl sort of saying, what's the most expensive? Anyway, you can have a blue crab bisque finished with brandy, creme fraiche and chive oil. Sounds good to me. A tuna tartare.
Okay, like a bit tuna, yeah.
Well, I'll be saying tartare to you because it's got olives tapenade in it.
Do you not like that bit, Michelle?
Does the voice say I don't like that?
It kind of implies that, yeah.
Yeah, no, thank you. You've got a mixed green salad, but come on, guys, who's going to have a mixed green salad? You're not getting value for money.
It's like going back to the fruit plate at the old Topolino's breakfast, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's escargot de bourguignon, which the escargot are braised in a white wine and then baked in a garlic herb butter. I have tried these. All I will say is, for me, it felt like I was eating the garden.
Oh, okay.
So no, not for me. There's an endive and walnut salad, which is quite nice because there's some Roquefort cheese in that and a champagne vinaigrette. So it is a little bit more elevated than the mixed green salad. Yeah. And I think that's quite plain because it's the only option for your plant-based eaters.
Yeah, this is, I suppose, this is the only problem, isn't it? It's looking at the choices that are available for your style of eating.
Yeah, and when you bear in mind you're paying $72, and if you're a plant-based person, are you getting $72 worth of food in comparison?
Probably not.
I saved the best for last, Jane. The French onion soup au gratin. A rich beef broth with sherry wine and Swiss cheese. Comes out all bubbly and molten cheesy goodness.
My only problem with French onion soup, although I do love it, is that I have to kind of resist the urge to dive in because otherwise I end up burning my mouth normally.
You really need a whole French baguette just to dip it in.
To cool it down, yeah.
So for your entrees, we have a short rib beef bourguignon, which is sensational. They do it with garlic mashed potatoes and a smoked bacon marmalade, and it is delish. It's my favourite thing. They have added in a Duroc dry-aged pork chop, and this comes with a garlic mashed potato, root vegetables, and a whole grain mustard sauce. That's one of the new one. You can have a slow roasted butcher's steak with house cut French fries and red wine sauce.
Steak and chips, yeah.
Yeah. You can have a poulet rouge chicken, which is roasted potatoes, stewed pepper piperade, and sweet corn velouté.
Why do they call it a poulet rouge chicken? Because poulet and chicken are the same word. Sorry.
I know. It's chicken, red chicken.
Chicken. Yeah.
Chicken.
Anyway.
Cooking red chicken. Charred eggplant, which again, I think you plant-based eaters, you're not getting your value.
No.
You can have a grilled filet mignon.
Nice.
Which I'm always worried about a steak when they cover it up with a sauce, because what is the sauce hiding?
Oh, that's a skeptic inside of you coming out there, Michelle.
It is many years of having dodgy steaks covered by peppercorn sauce. And then your last option is a pan-roasted Arctic char. Lovely fish served with shaved fennel, charred tomatoes, roast potatoes, and it's in a citrus caper brown butter.
Okay.
Very yum. You can add on some enhancements if you want. You can have a Roquefort fondue, short sauteed shrimp, double smoked bacon. And then this is the biggie. If you remember when I did this, it was a platter of 3 little desserts, and you had the little tiny chip cup.
Yeah,
I've got rid of that.
Oh.
You can now have a creme brulee tart, which is an orange custard, passion fruit meringue, and chantilly cream. You can have a plant-based grey stuff, which is a chocolate cake topped with the grey stuff and coconut milk caramel sauce.
Right.
And then you can have a blooming rose, which is made to look like a red rose, and it's chocolate cake topped with the grey stuff. So it's just basically a non-vegan version of a vegan version.
Yes, I understand what you're trying to say there, Michelle. Yes.
And that's the changes. And as I am looking on the Walt Disney World app for today's recording, there's availability for today.
Oh, wow.
I can literally get a table for the next 20 minutes time, and it's available literally at 20-minute intervals throughout the day. Same with dinner. And this is the same all the way through July. When I was checking, literally, there's tons of availability. So Disney, just listen to this. If you want to fill this restaurant, bring back the quick serve lunch, or make this experience pay for what you order. Now, that may not make financial sense to you, but some guests are better than no guests.
Yeah, it's a peculiar one, isn't it, at the moment? Obviously, we know that we're kind of entering the lowest crowd time for Disney World, because obviously with people have now cottoned on, I think, over the past few years, that this time of year, it's a tad on the warm side. So we are seeing this change in crowds where it's easing off during the summer months. I think going back to when I used to visit back in the early 90s, it wasn't like that. We used to have these high peaks in the summer. So that's obviously having an effect. But obviously, this is not a cheap dinner or lunch, because by the time you've had on your tax and your gratuity, and if there's at least 2 of you, you're getting up towards the $200 mark, aren't you? What is it that's enticing you to go and eat there when there are other options available either within the park or within quite a short distance of the park, because you've got at least 3 good hotels that you could go to and get something that may satisfy your taste buds that maybe theme park food can't?
Absolutely. 100% agree with you there. So, are you with us on boycotting Be Our Guest until management listen to reason? Or are you a fan? Would you happily hand over those dollars? Because for you, it gives value for money. Now, I do believe that the beast does wander around, but I think it is now he no longer does his meet and greet at the end of the meal like he used to do.
Right, okay. So that's something else to bear in mind then, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, because I do believe that is the case now. I know last time I ate there and it was the fixed price. You got to go at some point during your meal to go and meet him and greet him. And in my mind, it's a bit of a shame you're not getting that experience
No, definitely.
in what is a very pricey thing. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going to wrap up this week's podcast. And as always, we would like to take a moment to thank our wonderful Patreon supporters for keeping the show up and running and obviously advert free. So a thank you to you. You can find out more at patreon.com facebook.com/Disney Dream Girls. You can also find more of our coverage from the theme parks at Dis Dream Girls over on Instagram. But until next week, it's a goodbye from me.
And bye from me.